American football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bears and the Packers on Sunday night.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 2. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here are the Bears backed up to start their initial drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend, that's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
31 yards there and a first down. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his offseason working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Barrett.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. But you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 48 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worked this out yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Bears are on the board first here in this division round matchup. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. Over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in these playoffs.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 27-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bears' 13-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chicago offense set to get started. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? They're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. In motion left goes a tight end. 2nd and 2. He finds his man, complete. That's Barrett. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. 7-7, our score after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. 2nd down and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Barrett. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 8 yards out, and the Bears have taken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And 12 at the 26-yard line.
All right, now let's get in that end zone.
Looking to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. In motion, the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
First down, Bears.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Now a 2nd and 6. And they'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 6. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Bears! Rome Odunze. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 8. In motion goes the tight end. And he caught it up. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. They'll set up a throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll drop the throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
2nd and 6 at the Bears' 27-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line.
A gain of 14 yards. First down, Bears.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
A pass complete to Odunze. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Rome Odunze with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first two quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Moody good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They're going to look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted. But he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far. But there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bears offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Second and 4. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping force a 4th down.
Now this is going to carry well. Touchback. The Packers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives them a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings us 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
They'll set up to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Back to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. In motion, the tight end. Back to throw. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Well, another drive coming up for this Packers offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Second and 6 at the 24-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. A handoff as they run the counter play. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Yeah, quick throw here. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll send a receiver in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. 2nd and 9 now. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Quay Walker coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this one is right through. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Inside the 20. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Now Moody for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packers offense set to go. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. The tight end in motion right. After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. He'll drop to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for... Sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 37-yard line.
Over the middle, it's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call through the offensive coordinator. You like looking at that section.
Touchdown, Packers! A great play there. 48 yards. And the Packers get a bit closer.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times and there are many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And there is a lot of shock in the stadium. The top seed, the favorites, really getting handled thus far in this divisional round and getting close to a disappointing one-and-done scenario in these playoffs. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now a 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there, with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, I think the Packers got it. Yep, Green Bay football. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They'll look to throw here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. They've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they take a knee. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?